What's good, Benji? Random account 007, what's good? What's up, people? What's up? What's up? What's going on? Yeah, man. Anytime we can get together and do some real talk. That's what it's all about. That's what it's supposed to be about. Being uplifting and helping one another, and not trying to keep. What's up, El Padrino? Not trying to keep all the knowledge to ourselves. We need to share it with each other and help each other grow. Oh, okay. Well, that's what's up. Oh, so my sin of the day was this guy. Let's see. And this thing is fresh, it's fruity, and I like it. Not a lot of people talk about this. They always talk about the other flankers, but not this one. And I like this one a lot. I find this to be maybe unisex. It's not very masculine. So I think a female could pull this off, but for the most part, this is a very nice fragrance, and I'm glad I got it. What does it smell like? It kind of reminds me. It almost reminds me of a sweeter version of CH Men. If you've ever smelled that before, it's like a more fruitier version of it to me. It's not really the same. It just has that similar kind of vibe. If I can give you something that kind of can put you in the mind frame of what it smells like, yeah, it's just a more fruitier, fresher version of CH Men. But that's just my personal opinion. And I know there's gonna be somebody who may have a difference of opinion. So I mean that's fine, but it is what it is. And shout out to everybody who tuned in to Sam Broom's live. I wish I could do some of these live streams on my channel, um, but I don't have a laptop. So until I get a laptop, I won't be able to do any live streams as far as like having people on anyway. Mark Anderson, what's up with you, big dog? Just chilling, man. I just got off a live stream with Sam Broom and a few other people. Uh, just life talk. We talked a little bit about fragrances, but most of it was, you know, the young lady that he had on was just talking about her business and how she got started. And that's kind of what I want to start doing as far as like giving back to the community, not just talk about how to spend money on fragrances, but how we can get these entrepreneurs on, get people on that handle financial responsibility and stuff like that, and can guide us in the right direction on how to make money and start businesses and companies of our own, so we won't have to be anybody else's slave for the rest of our life. Because I don't know about some of y'all, but I'm tired of getting up and going to work for somebody else. I want to get up and go to work for myself and make my own self some money. So that's what I want to do. You guys rock it. Keith, get your nose on Kevin's Midnight Seduction. No, I haven't. He sent me a package recently, but that wasn't in it. And I'm also glad that some of these clone houses like Sensual Obsessions and Dapper Fragrances have heeded our words and started trying to make their own versions of fragrances. So they can, it's mostly about standing out and being able to be differentiated between the two. Because anybody can just make up some fragrances or copy some other company's fragrances and put it out there and make money. But can you do it by making your own fragrance is the key. What can make you stand out from, say, Sensual Obsessions and Dapper Fragrances? Can they stand apart from each other and not just make the same fragrances? If that makes sense. What up, Matt? It's about time we started working for ourselves. Yeah, man. Giving our time, our energy, our effort to somebody else when we could be taking that same time and energy into putting it into our own self and having our own business, our own company, and not just start something and then a month later shut it down because we can't manage it or we can't do what we're supposed to. How can we do it and be successful without folding is the key. I don't know how many of y'all were in the live stream. Let's see. We all need to strive for financial freedom. Yes, we do. Let's see. So I see we got a lot of trolls in here, as always. But anyway, I was on a delivery. I think it was like Thursday or Friday. And we were on the island over where Matt lives, Georgia Gent, if y'all don't know who Matt is. We were over on the island and we were over on the Hamptons side. I have never been on the Hamptons side of the island. I've been in Brunswick since I was like 12 or 13. I've never ever been on that side. I never even had a reason to go on that side. And I've seen mansions and houses, big houses before, but I don't know, it was just something about this particular area that kind of intrigued me, that caught my eye. And I don't know, I just started thinking to myself, like, damn, dude, like you've been wasting all of this time, all these years of your life standing still, in which I wasn't standing still, I was working, but I wasn't working towards anything, which was the key. I was just working. That's what the majority of us do. We just work. We don't work towards any common or key goal. I was just working. As long as my kids was eating and they had a place to stay and stuff like that, that's all that mattered. But I wasn't trying to work towards a bigger goal or a bigger picture. And seeing all these mansions and houses and places were being built, and it just, in my head, it just went off like a light switch. And I was like, you know what? I want to start getting people on and start talking finance and stuff like this, and just trying to get the knowledge out here to us, and not just always talk about fragrances and how to spend your hard-earned money instead of just, you know what I'm saying, saving or working towards something bigger and better. He said he's about to join the Navy. That's his bigger goal. I mean, if that's what you're aspiring to do, go for it. I tried, but being that I have a record, it didn't work out for me after high school. So I actually tried to go in the Navy then also. I even took the test. I failed by 1 point twice. I took it in Jacksonville, Florida, and then I took it here. And once I failed it that second time by that 1 point, they found out I had a record, and then I wasn't able to go. So that was the end of that goal for me, but that shouldn't have been the end period. I should have aspired to do something else. But the Hampton side is so much different than the South End. Yes, it is. And I think that's what triggered me because I've seen the opposite side of the island. I've been on the side where the beaches and all that are, but I have never been on the Hampton side. And that side, it's just something about it was like I was in a time warp or something. And it just resonated with me like, damn man, you could have been doing so much more. But Duncan Spate, that's sad, bro. It's not sad. That was my mistake. I was young and stupid when I graduated high school. I did some stupid stuff back then. I ended up getting in some trouble and it just stuck around. But the thing was, I hear people all the time, and I don't know how it is in other cities, but where I live, I didn't let it keep me down because I've had many great jobs. I've been an assistant manager at the movie theaters, which was a great job. I was assistant manager and manager of the kitchen on the Emerald Princess Casino cruise ship here. I've done many great things, man. It's just, stuff that I didn't really care much for in the long run. And I don't look at it as being sad. I don't look at it as being, a bad thing. I just look at it as I made a mistake. I paid for that mistake. I should have made wiser choices afterwards. And I just wasn't working for a goal. I was just working. That's the difference. I wasn't aspiring for anything. I was just going through the motions. Greetings from up the road here in Atlanta. What's good? Matt says his parents live in Hampton Point. Use every excuse to stop our forward progress in life. Yeah, that is true, man. That's one thing I don't accept anymore is excuses. I used to be one of the biggest excuse makers in the world. I always started or ended a sentence with but or because or something like that instead of just doing what I need to do. That's why I don't accept excuses from my kids. I don't accept excuses from other people. People will tell you, oh man, I got this and this, and I've been to prison and I can't do this. Okay, well, if you're not able to make it in your city or town, then move. If possible. If you're not restricted to stay in that one specific area, move somewhere else. Get you a fresh start. Of course, your record is going to follow you, but still, there are people who are willing to give you a chance, and that's what happened here. People know me. They know that I'm not the person that I was when I got in trouble. They know I'm better than that. And that's why people kept giving me chances. So that's why I say anywhere I go here, besides my old jobs that I had that I got in trouble with, which it was only 2 jobs that I had that I got in trouble with. But the rest of them, I can go back any point in time if I wanted to. But I want to do my own thing. I don't want to be somebody else's slave. So Ronald from Houston, Texas here. What's up, man? Not sad at all. You're successful as you see fit. Comparing to others can suck. Yeah, I don't compare myself to nobody else. I am who I am, and if people accept me, they accept me. If they don't, they don't. It's just hands down, simple as that for me. Brian Will, evening frag guru. I am not a frag guru. I'm glad somebody thinks that, but I'm not. I'm far from it. I only know about what I have here in my collection and what I've smelled in stores. I'm far from a guru, but the knowledge I do have, aside from fragrances, I think is worth more than what I can offer y'all in the fragrance world. And that's what I'm trying to, invert that into what I have going here with this channel. I have a pretty decent subscriber base, and I think if I can touch at least one person, I've done my job. So It's not where you start, it's where you finish. Just can't give up. That's right. Any new summer bangers you will be rocking? Uh, I don't really have anything new aside from a few packages that I got from like some I got this package from Olfactive Studios one day last week. They sent me 10 samples of some of their fragrances, so I may rock some of this stuff. Um, but as far as anything new, just from some clone houses like Central Obsessions or Dapper, um, I have a few other things, but I don't have anything new. And I'm actually still trying to get my monetization money to come through. They keep denying it for some reason. I got to get in touch with the IRS some kind of way and find out what I need to do to get them to release my money. But other than that, until I can get that released, I'm not spending my own money. I'm going to use the YouTube money to buy these fragrances. So, uh, I used to X-ray screen at cruise ships. Yeah, that's what's up. I don't think we had an X-ray screen here. This is not like a Disney cruise or that kind of big ship. This is just it's a pretty decent sized ship, but it's like a local ship. They only go like a few miles offshore into international waters, and then they come right back a few hours later. But they didn't really screen. I mean, they had the little wand thing, if you call that screening. They had the little wand that they rub, wave around you to see if you got weapons or anything on you, but that was about it. Me having a record stopped me from going into the army after high school as well. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people can relate to my channel is the fact that I'm just like everybody else. I'm not some guy with his head big, in which my head is a little big, but I don't have one of them big egos where I think I'm better than everybody else. That's not me. I struggle. I scrape and scrounge just like everybody else. And that's just me. Fun fact, just got Paris Blue, and you're the only one that has reviewed it. Yeah, do I even still have it? I don't even know if I still have it. Yeah, I don't even know if I still have that. As I grown older and just accept my faults, no excuses. Yeah, I mean, it's no need in dwelling on the past and you know what I'm saying, just sulking in it. I kept it moving. It just was what it was. I didn't have time. Like my well, she was my girlfriend at the time. Um, we just got pregnant with my daughter, and I didn't have time to sit around and sulk just because I had a record. You know what I'm saying? I had a child that was on the way that was gonna need me, and I didn't have time to sit around and BS and just keep kicking it with the homeboys. I had to get up and get out and get it. I've always been a hard worker. I've always had a great work ethic. It was just that particular point in time. I think I had some things going on and I made two terrible mistakes, and I paid my debt for it. They sent me to boot camp. I did 90 to 120 in Soberton, Georgia. If anybody is in this area, if you know where Soberton, Georgia is, Troutland Boot Camp was where I went. I did my time. I came home, and I haven't done anything to get in trouble since. So that's just me, man. Winter is in the building. What's good? If y'all haven't went over and checked out this new young lady's channel. Her name is Winter Michelle. I started following her on Instagram, and I love her energy. I love her spirit. Um, she's a very fun individual. She's not like everybody else as far as reviewers. She is brand new. Go over and check out her channel. She is very humble, and I've been trying to give her the knowledge that I have and keep her away from certain things and individuals. It's gonna be hard. You have to use your brain and your eyes and pick up on stuff fast when it comes to Fragcom, because people will try to deter you and, like Kevin Gates said, trick you out your position. It's easy for somebody to say something slick, and just like that, you snap, and then you out of character, and then you lose subscribers because people don't want to tune into your channel anymore because of the drama. I try to stay away from the drama. It just is what it is. Trolls are going to happen. There's nothing you can really do about trolls. Like y'all saw earlier, trolls in here saying all this weird stuff. Even when Sam Broom started his live, somebody jumped in and said something about two black guys, and the one chick, she was a Caucasian, and something about in between two big cocks or something they said. I was like, come on, dude, are you serious? Like, you just sitting at home in your tighty whities with the lotion on the floor next to you, you whacking off because you think this is funny. Like, y'all are some weird people. It takes time to learn from mistakes. It depends, because you can learn from a mistake instantly sometimes. It just depends on what you got going on up here. I learned from my first mistake, but it really didn't register that I would get caught if I did it again. I thought I had it figured out, and I tried it again doing something different, and it just didn't work out. So that was me being stupid. So you can learn from your mistakes. Sometimes it takes people longer. Sometimes it takes people only one time to learn. You can get scared, and I'm not one to be scared of police. I'm not scared of the jailhouse. I don't want to be in the jailhouse, but I'm not afraid of it. Let's see. You're the captain of your own ship, man. Your frag reviews really influenced my collection, man. Keep it up. Yeah, that's what it's about, man. If I can at least reach one person, I feel like I'm satisfied I did my job. If nobody else thinks that my channel is good, or if they think it sucks, or whatever the case may be, that's fine. That's just your opinion. But if I can positively have an effect on somebody, that's all that matters to me. Slinging wisdom, wisdom tonight, my guy. Love it. That's what's up, man. Paris Blue. Oh, yeah. I don't even own that anymore. I had, like, I think 2 or 3 of those fragrances, and I think they were in the box that I gave Matt when he first started, if I didn't sell them or trade them. I don't own those anymore. El Padrino, do you recommend an alternative to Prada L'Homme, or should you just bite the bullet and blind buy? I think I have a decant of Prada L'Homme that came from Making Sense. I don't own a bottle of it. Matt from Georgia Gent, if he's still in the comment section, he might be able to tell you of an alternative, but I can't. I don't have that much experience with Prada L'Homme. I don't even own any Prada L'Homme besides the decants that I have, but I'm looking to get into it. So I forgot the name of Paris Blue. Do you have Marc Jacob colognes? I had a few. I think 1 or 2 of those that I did have, it was in that box once again that I gave Matt from Georgia Gent like 60 fragrances when when he first started his collection, his journey, I should say. And a lot of that stuff I think I left in that box. If I didn't sell, they audited my dead mom, bro, with all the Corona checks, state debts. Dylan Blue, Coach Man, or Missoni. I like Missoni. I like it enough that one of these I said I was gonna send to. I think Trey was gonna get one of these, but I like Missoni. I got 2. I actually had 3. I had a 30 ml that came with one of these in a gift set, but I sold that one or gifted it to somebody. One of the 2. I think I gifted it to somebody. I can't remember, but Missoni is nice. If I had to make a choice of those 3, if that's what you're asking, which one, I probably would go for Coach for Men, to be honest. Dylan Blue is nice. If you overspray Dylan Blue, it can be a little too much. The same can go for Coach for Men. But I've gotten compliments with Coach for Men, and I haven't gotten compliments with Missoni or Dylan Blue. So that's, in my head, what I lean more towards. It shouldn't be about the compliment factor, in which, for me, I love compliments, especially when a female gives me that compliment. I love it. It's a booster for me, and it will cause me to actually want to buy another bottle of it if I run out of something. But I'd probably go for Coach for Men. Dylan Blue is nice, but then that's something I think you have to make that choice for yourself. If you can get to the stores like Belk's, Dillard's, or somewhere that sells these fragrances, Ulta, get your nose on them and see what you like. Don't just take my word for it, because what I like, you may not like. If I say I like Missoni and then you get your nose on it, you may not like this. So, looks like Versace signature bottle. Yeah. Frag Head said, Brother Keith, have you sampled Zerjoff? I don't think I don't own any Zerjoff. As far as decants, I don't have any bottles, but decants, I don't know if I have any. I think I've smelled Naxos from Matt. I don't know if I've smelled anything else. I think it is awesome that you guys are reviewing fragrances. Yeah, I am not a big fan of doing the same videos over and over and over. Like, people make these top 5 and top 10 lists, or these I've done a few lists. I don't do a lot of them. I don't like seeing the same video over and over and over, and it's the same fragrances. You might do a top 10 list one way, and then you might shuffle around some fragrances to try to make the list look different, or pull out 1 or 2 and add something else. It's pretty much still the same list. I try to be a little different than everybody else. I always get suggestions on doing this and doing that, but I'm not a huge fan of top 10s and stuff like that. I don't like following trends. I know stuff like that gets you views and stuff like that, but I'm really not even in this to try to make it to 10,000 or 20,000 subs. If it happens, it happens. But for me, this started out as a hobby. As far as it was a life-changing experience that actually got me into this fragrance game. And I love fragrances for what it meant to me, not what it means to everybody else. It's just more or less for me and what I'm comfortable with doing. And anybody who comes into my life, if you can't accept the fact that this is my life, they don't need to be here. And my friend, she understands what this means to me. She knows my story, and she gets it. So Scent Nation in the building. What's good, Mo? I just watched your video, man, about TJ Maxx. Our rack stores are open here in Georgia, but there's not much in them. I did a video earlier where I was in Bell's, which is probably equivalent to Burke's if it's a Burke's in this area or in your area, I should say. Um, that store was empty, and I'm not just talking fragrances. I'm talking about the clothes were almost empty on the racks. The like the pots and pans section was almost empty. So get your nose on Paris. Who makes that? I can't even. What is that? Coquelette Paris? Your channel rocks. Thank you. I'm glad somebody enjoys it. You've already succeeded, brother. Thank you, El Padrino, man. That means a lot. El Padrino rocks. Yes, he does. That is a great guy, man. And if y'all don't know the story behind that, he actually started watching my channel. And I think I mentioned something about George Zaharoff. And he actually went to Chicago because of me. And met George and visited George's store. And now I have to go visit George's store when everything gets back to normal or somewhat normal. I want to go check it out also. Just got Insurrection by Rand Tradition. And who convinced me to buy it. Yeah, that's a underrated fragrance, man. And I don't know why more people don't talk about it. And off of my skin, I get pretty decent performance. The bottle is hideous. It used to have this little lock mechanism that you pop up and slide over. I didn't like it. I broke it off. And then I didn't know that the whole plastic cap comes off. But this smells good, man. It really does. I like it. I don't wear it as often. As you can see, it's pretty much still kind of full. I only wore it like maybe once or twice, but it's a very nice fragrance. A lot of people only talk about Insurrection Pure 2. They talk about Wild and Dark, but they don't talk about that one. They have many other ones too. Let's see. What do you think about Jean Paul Gaultier's Ultra Mall? I just ordered it blind buy. I like Ultra Mall. I didn't keep it. I had Ultra Mall and I had Le Mall, and I didn't keep either one of them. And reason why I didn't keep Le Mall was because Perry Ellis 360 White is more inexpensive and it smells almost identical to it. And I get better performance off of my skin with the Perry Ellis 360 White than I did with Le Mall. Ultra Mall, to me, it smells good. For some reason, I didn't get what the hype was all about as far as what other people were saying. That's just my personal opinion. I like it. It was fruity. It was super sweet, which I like sweet fragrances. I just didn't get the hype. But I will say this, to my nose, I've smelled Date for Men by Jeremy Fragrance. To me, Date for Men smells too damn similar to Jean Paul Gaultier's Ultra Mall. And I would much rather have Ultra Mall for the more inexpensive price than to pay what Jeremy is charging for his Date for Men. That's just my personal opinion, though. Some people say they don't get the coalition, but I get it. To me, they smell similar. So, which Insurrection? This one is, if you're talking about the one I just held up, it's just called Insurrection. It says Rayanne Tradition presents Insurrection. That's all it says. It don't say Insurrection, whatever. It's just Insurrection. And if you go online and look it up, you see this bottle. It'll look like this. It's a weird looking bottle. And then the other ones, I'm pretty sure most of y'all have already seen these bottles around, but the other ones look like this. This is Insurrection Pure 2. This is the Aventus type clone, in which I like this. This has a sweetness to it when it dries down. This one doesn't get enough talk. A lot of people don't really care for it, but I like it a lot. Not as much as I like Club de Nuit Intense Man, but I do like it. But that's just me. It's discontinued fragrance called Unscripted 2. Patrick Dempsey from Avon. Oh, okay. It's only I'm about to pull the trigger. I was finding these at TJ Maxx around Christmas time in gift sets. They were marking them down for like $35. I think the highest one I saw was probably like around the $60 mark at Christmas. After Christmas, they came down in prices, but you had to get them because people were buying them up. Or some of the gift sets was missing the fragrance out of them. But I love Dylan Blue. Dylan Blue is nice. I think what I did was I oversprayed the day I wore it when I first got it. And my kids were complaining. They said it was too much. It was too strong. And I am an oversprayer. I can admit that. I do 7 sprays. I don't give 2 craps about what fragrance it is or how strong it is. I do 7 sprays. But that particular one, I can't do 7 sprays. That was too much. But I didn't get any compliments either way it goes. So Missoni is solid. No, I haven't. There is actually no place that I can smell Toy Boy. I'm not sure if Ulta's open here. The mall is still closed, so I can't go to Belk's and smell it there. No, I haven't smelled Toy Boy yet though. But everybody keeps talking about it. Missoni is decent. Georgia Gent. Tops get old, but they work. Yeah, they work. I'm not a trend follower, man. That's just me. I can't do it. Like I like the path that I'm on. I don't want to buy subscribers. I don't want to buy views. I don't want to be one of them type people that to me it just looks funny at times when I see people climbing so fast in subs. It doesn't make sense. And with me, I would much rather have a bunch of people sub to my channel for my channel and me than to have a bunch of fakes. That's why you don't see me do giveaways. I've done 1 giveaway on my channel, period. And I don't want a bunch of fake people jumping in, subscribing to my channel just because they thinking they finna get something for free. You should rock with me regardless. Like, I don't want to have one of them fake channels where everybody is just looking for, oh my God, is Mr. Cheap Sense finna do a giveaway? He's finna give something away. Like, nah, we're not doing that over here. I'm good. That's just me though. People do lists for views. Yeah, they do lists. They do those lists for views. I have done a few, but it wasn't for views. It was because people come in the comment section and was asking me to do certain things, and I was trying to oblige them. But I started feeling like I was doing stuff for other people and not for me. That's why I don't do a lot of top 10 lists. Now, every now and then I do come up with the notion to do one, but I don't do it. But that's just me. If people want to go that route, then they're more than welcome. I'm not hating on them for doing that, but just don't expect me to keep watching the same videos over and over and over. Like, I'm not supporting that. That's just me. $90 for 2 Missonis. I'm tempted. I like it. I don't like it that much. The only reason why I ended up with these two bottles was because I found one after Christmas. I think it was like 30 some odd dollars. And then I ended up finding this one sometime well after Christmas. But this was in it, but the little one and the shower gel was missing out of it. So they marked it down, and I think this was like 20 something dollars. And I went ahead and got it. And that's the only reason why I have two right now. But other than that, I'm not a huge fan of it. People say they get like a Blue Day Chanel kind of vibe from it. I guess Blue Day Chanel to me is a lot sharper than this. But hey, to each his own. Mr. Cheap Sense, where are you located? I'm in El Paso, Texas. I'm in Brunswick, Georgia. I'm in Georgia. And it gets hot here, but we're surrounded by beaches, oceans, and it's a different kind of heat. Y'all might have that dry heat there in Texas. We got moisture in the air here, which makes it muggy. So, yeah, and that also has a profound effect on fragrances also. Is heat, temperature, cold, stuff like that. That has an effect. What might last longer on you there, here, that same fragrance might not last because it's a different kind of heat here, and vice versa. Belks is open. Okay, they open. I pass by there going back and forth to work, and sometimes I don't even see vehicles in the parking lot. That's what made me think they wasn't open. But if they open, I'll take your word for it. I might check them out. Keep up the great work, big homie. Appreciate it. You have to visit George Zaharoff to me as well. Yeah, I already told George, man, that I was gonna come check out the shop. I'm trying to wait on everything to get back to somewhat normal so I can go visit, because I don't want to come there, you know what I'm saying, and I not know I'm sick or something, and then I give something to George or somebody else or vice versa. I want to be safe. So I'm going to check George out. I want to go visit his shop, man, and see what he got going on. Scent Nation, that alpha fragrance is something fierce. I'm digging it. I got to get around to reviewing his fragrances. I think I did a first impression, but I haven't done a full review on them yet. I don't even think I've worn any of them yet. I got so much stuff that I need to get to, and it's just been hard lately. Do you have Usher Pour Homme? It's pretty nice. The clear bottle. No, I don't have that one. I have the black bottle somewhere. Yeah. I got this one. This is the only one I've ever smelled. And I like the scent of this one. The performance is not that good, though. I don't even like the atomizer on this. It's kind of weak. But it smells pretty good. That Jay-Z Gold is nice, too. The performance on that is not that great. But that blueberry that's in there, that thing smells so good, man. I like it. If y'all haven't seen it, that's Jay-Z Gold. It's a nice fragrance. I like it. El Padrino, what is alpha fragrance? Mo from Scent Nation, if you see his name in here, Mo is one of the influencers that influenced me to start doing rack store videos. Go to Scent Nation. He started his own fragrance company called Alpha. I think it's called Alpha Fragrances. Darna, my bad. It's called Darna Fragrances. And the ones that I have from him so far, I have another one somewhere. might have stuck it in that container, but he has one called Signature, and this is Arabian Oud. And I think I have another one. I didn't get Netflix and Chill. That's the one I wanted to try. I heard a lot about. I can't remember what the other one was he sent me, but he has his own fragrance line now. And you need to hit him up and check him out. Georgia's shop is not far from me. It's a great location. Yeah, I've heard. For cheapies, what house do you think is better, Nautica or Perry Ellis? Honestly, I think Perry Ellis is better, in my personal opinion. But Perry Ellis can also be considered to be a clone house because they do make fragrances that resemble other things. Like Perry Ellis 360 Red. .360 Red is considered to be an alternative to Acqua di Gio, but this is a little bit more, is a little spicy, so it gives it like a twist. And a lot of people recommend this highly if you're looking for an alternative to Acqua di Gio. I actually like this a lot, and you can see I did use some. I haven't used it in a little while now, but I like this. And it's very inexpensive. You can get this for like 15, 20 bucks versus what you're going to pay for Acqua di Gio. And then this one gets a lot of hate, but this is Perry Ellis M. I don't know what this resembles, but it's an ugly bottle. But the fragrance inside is what matters because nobody's going to see the bottle. But it's sweet, tonka bean. It's nice. I like it. Sexy. Perfect for a date night, maybe for cooler weather. But it's pretty good. But personally speaking, me, I would go for Perry Ellis. And those aren't the only ones I have, but that's just what I have to show right now. Nautica, the House of Nautica is okay. I'm not a huge fan. I do like Nautica Voyage. I had N83, which is okay. I haven't smelled anything else from Nautica though, except for maybe Blue Sail, the original Nautica with the little sail looking thing bottle. But other than that, that's all I've smelled from Nautica. Young chicks love Ultramar. Yeah, they do because it's sweet. Like, not too many mature women are gonna love juvenile like fragrances. They're gonna like stuff that is more mature, kind of masculine smelling, and not something that's gonna smell like a one of them little young boys that's walking around with their pants down by their ankles and stuff like that. So I kind of get it. I like Ultramar. It's just not high on my list. That's why I didn't keep it. Let's see. What's up, Mr. Cheap Sense? Thanks, man, for your advice on fragrances. You are a great help. No problem, man. I do what I can. Hunter Law Albert Fragrance. What's up, bro? What's good? LOL. I spray like 4 or 5 times on me. Dylan Blue, and I feel like I can't breathe. I can't imagine spraying a number of times. Yeah, I am heavy, like, for me, fragrances, if I feel like somebody is not going to smell it, I want them to smell it. And I'm not the one that's going to go up to somebody and say, hey, can you smell this or whatever. When I'm at work, sometimes I spray on. I work around a bunch of guys. There's some ladies that work in the building, but they like elderly ladies. But I used to love when I worked at the hospital. I would spray on something and I walk down the hallway and I walk past the nurses and, you know, other women in the hospital, and they just love the scent of whatever I was wearing almost every day. And now that I'm around a bunch of guys, not a lot of guys are going to be comfortable with telling another man that they smell good or asking what they're wearing. But I got 1 or 2 people at the job that ask me what I'm wearing because they can smell it in the air sometimes. But if I feel like people can't smell it, I'll go back to the car and I'll spray on some more. So But that's just me, man. 7 sprays is my number, hands down. Sometimes I go a little heavier depending on something like this. If I know, it's not gonna project loud or be last long, I may put on a few extra sprays. Even Missoni, it's really not that strong. It's not like Blue Day Chanel with that super sharpness, but I'll spray on a few extra sprays of this. Even with this Givenchy that I wore today, with it being, super fresh and fruity as it is, I sprayed on like hella sprays of this just to try to keep the sillage up. I didn't reapply. I just sprayed on a bunch of sprays. I sprayed my shirt and everything, and I usually don't do that. Let's see. I'm laying low on buying right now. Yeah, that's one of the topics that's been big in that's a big topic lately. Everything that's been coming out lately have been pretty much the same. It's either a Sauvage type smell, a Blue Day Chanel type smell, a Creed Aventus type smell. Something either has vetiver in it, something has neroli in it. A lot of fig fragrances out now. Nothing is different. Nothing is eye catching. Every time you open the top on something, just like this Givenchy that I said earlier, it kind of reminds me of something else. Anytime you grab something and you smell it, the first thing that's gonna pop in your head is, damn, I done smelled that before. That smells like, you see what I'm saying? And that's what we were trying to say about these clone houses. Instead of cloning all this stuff that we know is popular, try to make something new and different so you can make your company different from everybody else's. You know what I'm saying? But people like my videos. Also, they bring out the trolls in the comments. Trolls gonna be trolls regardless. I find out whether you got a popular video or not. People, they get their rocks off on trying to agitate or irritate people, and I've never understood trolls as far as being in FragCom. I don't see what you get out of that, especially if you're not getting a reaction or a response from somebody. As y'all saw earlier, I saw the comments, I just didn't read them, which is feeding right into what they want you to do anyway. I don't pay them any attention, and 9 times out of 10, I already know who it is that's doing it. It's only a handful of trolls that I know of, and 1 or 2 of them may not be a troll. They just want to be dicks about shit. But that is what it is. If that's their life, then so be it. Misery loves company, but they won't get it here. I'm about to get a bottle of Invictus Aqua 2018. Personally speaking, I had a bottle of the 2018 Invictus Aqua. I found it at Marshall's. It was like $45. This was maybe last year sometime, I think it was. And I got it. I sprayed it. And the vibe that I got from it was what I was getting from this, which is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. That's what I kind of was smelling when I smelled that fragrance. That's why I sold it. And at the time, I didn't even like light blue. I had it. I got rid of it. I got another bottle. I got rid of it. And then something clicked. And one day I started liking this. It's not as powdery as I remembered it being. It kind of smells more citrusy now for some reason. I don't know what it was that was going on that made me not like it, but that's what I was kind of getting from it. That's why I got rid of it. But I have a connect now that I've been talking to, and I think he can get me what I'm looking for fragrance-wise for good prices. But we'll see. Once I get my hands on some things from this guy, and if he turns out to be legit, I'll put y'all on game. I've read there are open Belks. LOL, checking tomorrow though. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if they open or not. I just know that when I pass by there off and on throughout the day, there's not many cars in the parking lot, period, except for on the gym side. So I don't know what's open and what's not. I haven't been in the mall in a long time. So I think you might like Usher Pour On. It's kind of like a soapy barbershop. For the price, it's a banger. I might gotta check the Usher Pour On out. Zegna Uomo. I had that. I actually almost bought it. I think it was like a 30 ml of it today, but when I was in Belts, I mean, not Belts, Bells, and I don't know. I just passed on it. It wasn't but like $7 or $8 for the little 30 ml, but I had the bigger bottle of it once before, and I think I sold it. That's a nice fragrance. It really is pretty nice. The bottle is not the best, but it smells pretty good to me. The only Zegna that I have now, besides what I have in a decant, is Z Zegna, which is has a soapy vibe to it, kind of fresh. It's okay. Perry Ellis 2018. Those shells were looking super dry. Yeah, what's up, Baltimore? Yeah, they was dry, man. I actually went to TJ Maxx and they had a long line. They only were letting in a certain amount of people, and I didn't want to stand in that line, so I actually went to Marshalls. I was in Savannah, Georgia, and I went to Marshalls, and they didn't have Jack. They had a few English laundries. They had Tahitian waters. They had a few others, but the tops on them were broke off, and they looked kind of jacked up, and they didn't have nothing. So I stopped by Krispy Kreme Donuts and came on back. Even look at the notes. Invictus Aqua 2018. Yeah, Invictus Aqua 2018. It's okay. I haven't smelled the 2016 version, which they say is the better version. I can't vouch for that because, people always talk about how the older batches or whatever. A lot of that stuff I haven't smelled before, so I can't speak on older batches. I only can speak on what I've smelled. And to me, Invictus Aqua 2018 it's not a wow fragrance to me. I want it again in my collection just because I have Intense and the original just for the bottles, but I missed the live streams. I think I forgot to hit the bell or something. Dang, bro. I do 3 to 5 sprays usually. Yeah, I mean, that's just you, man. I mean, I do 7 of everything. It don't even matter what it is, except for that skanky oud. I can't do 7 sprays of that. But that's just me, man. 7 sprays is the max for me. I do 1 on the back of the neck, 1 behind each ear, 1 on each wrist, and 1 on each inner elbow. That's what I do. And I try not to spray my shirt because clothing tends to hold fragrance longer, which is good. But in order for me to give y'all a true assessment on a fragrance and its performance, I only spray skin. So that's why. I think you like Bottega Veneta. Smells so good. I think somebody sent me a sample of that. Every YouTube content creator has trolls. Don't get discouraged by it. It comes. Yeah, I don't let people like that get to me, man. They just don't have a life. They got small dicks and don't. They just unhappy with their life. That's all. Have you ever had any of those Frank Olivier fragrances? I I think I had one. It was okay. It wasn't all that. Roberto Cavalli worth it. I don't own any Roberto Cavalli. How did Baccarat get popular? Thought it was women only. I don't know, man. I don't know. I stopped spraying my clothes as well. How does it? Yeah, Mont Blanc, Legend. Legend is okay. I've stated this several times before that I didn't like Legend, although you may see it right here on my shelf. I got rid of one bottle, then I ended up with this little guy, and then I ended up with this bigger one because it was at a decent price. But I like Armaugh's Derby Clubhouse Blanche. No, Derby Clubhouse Gold better than Mont Blanc Legend for some strange reason. To me, it lasts longer on my skin and it's a little stronger than Legend is. Do you know of a good site to swap cologne? No, I'm not really a cologne swapper, so I don't deal with a lot of Facebook groups. I may post my videos, but that's about it. I don't do a lot of swapping. I don't trust a lot of people when it comes to stuff like that. All Mont Blanc smell plain to me for some reason. No swag. I'm 22. Yeah. Um. I mean, everybody has their thing, man. And like I said before, what I may like, you may not like, and what you may like, I might not like. Mont Blanc Legend to me isn't that good. I do like Spirit, but Spirit gets a lot of hate in FragCon. And Legend Night, I think this is okay. A lot of people like Coach Platinum. I didn't like it. The first time I smelled Coach Platinum in the Coach store, for some reason it smelled so good, and it may have been something else I was smelling, but I sprayed it on a tester strip and it smelled so fruity and it was nice and I wanted it. And then Matt got it for me as a gift. And I don't know, something was just different about it. I sprayed it on and wore it one day and it was just blah. It was just bland and boring. It was like a boring vanilla fragrance when it dried down. And I got rid of that one. And I think that was a smaller bottle. I ended up with a bigger bottle that I actually just sold that one not too long ago. I spray my clothes when it comes to frags that has poor performance. Yeah, I love Platinum. The leather and vanilla. Wish I didn't get original. Yeah, I like Coat for Men better than I like Platinum. That's just my personal opinion, though. Papa Smurf says, "Hello, what's good? Best Bulgari." The best Bulgari to me, I actually have two. Uh, I have not smelled the Oriental version, but The two that I like the most, I like Man in Black, and I also like Aquaman. So those are the two that I like the most out of all the ones I have. What's your favorite Tom Ford private blend? I haven't smelled a lot of Tom Ford. I have a lot of samples and decants that people sent me. Lost Cherry was good. Um, I can't remember the rest of them. It's some other ones I have, but I'm not a huge Tom Ford fan. I bought Abercrombie First Instinct because of you. Much love. That's what's up. El Padrino. I have Bulgari Aqua Atlantique. Yeah, I had a hard time finding this thing, man. But I actually ended up finding it at Marshall's in Jacksonville, Florida. I didn't buy it when I saw it, but my friend, she went back in. This was a while back. She went back in, and I guess she saw me looking at it, and she bought it and then brought it out to me. And I was like, come on, man, you didn't have to do that because I found it somewhere else for cheaper. But yeah, I got it too. It's nice. I like it, but it's not my favorite. The only reason why I like the aquamarine better is because of the comments that I got from two young ladies when I was at the hospital. I came walking through, I think it was the CCU unit, and they smelled it. I was with another coworker. They actually stopped him because I was walking ahead of him. They stopped him to ask him which one of us was smelling so good. He said me. They, excuse me. They came over to me and they said, anytime you want to come through smelling like that, you always welcome. And ever since that day, I've been hooked on this. So I want to get me a bigger bottle of it so it won't run out. You can see I've used quite a bit. But this is some good stuff. Do you think Cremo is good? I've been hearing a lot about him. What's your favorite? I'm not a huge Cremo fan, to be honest with you. Matt from Georgia Gent is. I'm not. I do have a few from them. One of them he actually gave to me. One of them came directly from Cremo. I think actually two of these did, if I'm not mistaken. But Matt's favorite is Blue Cedar and Cypress, in which it smells good, but it's not my favorite. Bergamot and Musk is supposedly an Aventus inspiration. It doesn't smell close enough to it to me, but it's nice. And Silver Water and Birch is the one they sent to me, which is supposed to be their version of Silver Mountain Water. And it's pretty decent. But I really don't have a hands down favorite when it comes to Cremo. They don't really last that long on my skin. And I only use them for like out of the shower or like dumb reaches. YSL YEDP. I've smelled it. I like it. I think it's worth a purchase. The YSL YEDP. Let's see. What's good, fellas? What's up? this troll in the chat. Anyway, which is the best Sauvage to get? The only one I have is the Eau de Parfum. It depends on what you are into. The original is more, I don't want to keep using juvenile. It's more juvenile. It's screechy, it's loud. This one is a little bit more subdued. I want to call this one like the mid-range age group, like 20 something to 30 something. The Parfum is more for like grown people, grown men. It still has the same vibe. It just has a different aspect to it, for lack of a better word. But the Eau de Parfum is nice. I like it. But a lot of people lean more towards the Parfum. So, but that's something that you need to get your nose on. I know our belts has all three of them lined up on the shelf, just like the Blue de Chanel. They have all the different ones lined up, and you need to go in and smell them for yourself, and you pick which one you like. But I don't have an issue with the Eau de Parfum, so. Dumb reaches like Drakkar evolve into becoming my favorites. Yeah, they can. There's nothing wrong with fragrances like Drakkar Noir and stuff like that, man. Sometimes dumb reaches can become some of your favorite fragrances, especially if they're inexpensive. So, I mean, it's no big deal to me. Would you say Antonio Banderas' Blue Seduction smells like Nautica Voyage? I haven't smelled Blue Seduction, but Matt from Georgia Gent has. A lot of other reviewers have. I haven't got my nose on it. I haven't seen it in a while, so I can't speak on it. The Jay-Z Gold, yeah, it is. It kind of reminds me of what's the Bond number 9, the one that has the blueberry in it. Damn, I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, it has that type of vibe, but it's like a heavier sweet version of it. That Bond number 9 one is a lot lighter than this. And the Usher, this one, it has pineapple in it. And no, it doesn't smell like a Ventus. It just has like a pineapple vibe to it. It's like a synthetic pineapple though. I actually like the scent of this. It smells pretty good. It just doesn't last long. Let's see. I'm currently only using my English laundry collection, Armoth Derby Clubhouse launch. For now, I'm keeping my gems for later. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Blue Seduction has a cappuccino note and more melon. That's what I heard. Best performing fragrance. Honestly, I know this is probably gonna be the obvious choice, but this is actually the only fragrance that I have that really goes hard in the clutch. I can't even deny it that this is my go-to fragrance, period. If I'm looking for something that's gonna perform, I know I'm gonna get compliments, it's gonna last, I always reach for this. So what was the Aramis fragrance you was talking about? It's called Aramis Devon, is the one I found earlier. And from what I gathered information wise on that fragrance, it's more of an old school smelling fragrance. And I passed on it. Do you like the Michael Jordan collection? No, I do not. The only one I like is what was the name of it? I can't remember the name of it right now. But it's the one, it's the sweet one. I can't think of the name of it. I got a little small bottle of it though. But the other ones I smelled, I didn't care for. Bleecker Street, yeah. It kind of has that kind of vibe to it. The Jay-Z Gold. It's just a heavier version of it. Now, of course, people are gonna get their nose on it and say it doesn't smell like that, and I get it because this is really like a generic. I hate using that word, generic and synthetic smelling fragrance. But I do get kind of like that vibe from it. This is just a lot heavier. Blue Seduction smells like Versace arrows. No, I have not tried the Lionel Richie. I know Matt over at Georgia Gent has it, or he had it. I don't know if he still has it. Have you smelled Oud Mint by Mancera? No, I haven't. I'm not a huge Oud fan. I'm actually just really getting into it. Oscar de la Renta. Yeah, I had the one that looks like the domino from Oscar de la Renta. I didn't like it, but the women that smelled it, and I mean women, I'm not talking about young ladies or young girls. I'm talking about women actually liked that fragrance when I wore it. CDIM is the new king. It lasts 10 plus hours. Definitely top spring scents for dates. Legend. Yeah, legend. Tom Ford, Great Vetiver, or I haven't smelled the Ultra Fresh or the Great Vetiver. I actually saw Great Vetiver. I think it was when I first started doing reviews at Bell's. But it was like $60, $70, and I was like, for a discount store, that's too steep. And I passed on it, but I should have got it. But I haven't smelled either one of those. Now I do have the original. I like this. This is nice, but I haven't smelled the flankers. Bond number 9 is trash to my nose. Yeah, some people are gonna like it, some people are not. I get that. 50-50. Okay. Aqua Atlantique. John Kennedy says thanks. No, I haven't smelled that. Thoughts on Parfums de Marley Leighton? I like Leighton. I actually like a lot of Parfums de Marley's fragrances. I just don't want to spend that kind of money on them. Yeah, I see the comments. I'm not paying that junk no attention, man. They don't bother me. I think it's from Spain House. They want attention. That's what they want. They just mad because they're not getting it. That's all. Yeah, I don't think a lot of fragrances are worth the price. To be honest with you, I don't even think them Creed fragrances are worth what they charging for them. That's just my personal opinion, though. It's just not me. Now, once I get my monetization money straightened out, like I said before, some of these fragrances I may use that money, but not the money that I make that I go to work and make. I'm not using those checks for that. Hell no, not me. Next purchase. I'm not totally sure yet. I've been looking actually into some oud fragrances, but I don't want that skinky animalic type stuff. I want something that's wearable, but you can notice the oud that's in it. So once I figure out what I'm really wanting to look into, I'll get something from that house. But I'm not totally sure yet what my next purchase is going to be. Product fragrances are overpriced as fuck. Yeah, I think so too. That's probably why I don't own any right now. I mean, I have some. I have two, but they're not anything from like an expensive line. If they have any expensive line fragrances, I have these two, but that's it. And I think I have some decants from I think like Prada L'Homme and whatever else kind of Prada. I think I have like four samples of it over there on my dresser. Blue Seduction is okay. The bottle presentation is nice and lasts a good amount of time on my skin. I'm not a Prada fan either. Prada kind of fresh though. Creed, Tom Ford, Bond Number 9, Chanel, Dior are overpriced. I think so too. Just smells like all the other blue aquatic fragrances. Creed definitely isn't worth retail price, especially when they lack in performance. Exactly. When you're gonna have a clearance sale for all that? Never. I think I've pretty much gotten rid of everything that I don't really care much for. Um, I think the only thing that I really want to get rid of maybe is much more of these cheapies that I have, but I'll probably just give that stuff away, like my son or something like that. Your favorite Blue Day Chanel, EDT, EDP, Parfum. I've smelled all of those. I like the Parfum, but I'm content with the EDT. It really isn't a big deal to me. I just like the scent profile. So Prada L'Homme and L'Homme Intense are quite nice. Yeah, I smelled both of those. One of those I think I didn't care for. Prada's okay when you catch them on discount. Carlos. How many bottles in your collection? I haven't counted in a while. I mean, it's really, to me, not a big deal how many bottles you have. It's more or less about what you like. If you like cheapies, then get cheapies. If you like quality stuff, get quality stuff. But the last count I did have when I first started, it was like around 400. And then I got rid of a bunch of stuff. Like I said, I gave Matt like 60. And then I started selling some other stuff. I did give some stuff away to some people. I gave my stepdad some stuff. I gave my son a couple of bottles, stuff like that. So it dwindled down some. I think I have a little more quality things in my collection than I used to. But if I had to put a guesstimation to it, I may have maybe two something. Just reminds me of 1 million replacing the rose for citrus and black. Versace Eros Flame. I was actually kind of disappointed with Flame because with the name Eros Flame, I expected something different. And when I smelled it, it was just okay. It wasn't all that. I'm a supporter of Eros, even though I don't have a big bottle of it. I found this little guy at TJ Maxx some time back. But a lot of people don't like Eros because of the sweetness in it, but it doesn't bother me. I like it better than Flame, so. And do you think it's better than the regular Eros? No, I don't think it's better than the regular Eros. I like the regular Eros better. Try Versace Oud. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about that. I haven't seen it like in discount stores or nothing like that. That's really where I was looking to try to find it, but I may just have to order it. Softer version of Tom Ford Oud Wood. Yeah, I've smelled Oud Wood. I do remember doing a video on that. I think I just sent somebody a sample of that also, of Oud Wood. I have a bunch of decants and samples underneath my nightstand over there, but like I said, I can't remember everything that I have, and I have smelled some Tom Fords, but not a lot of them. When I went to Nordstrom's a while back, me and Matt over at Georgia Gent, we did a collab video together, and we went to the Tom Ford section, which was impressive, and so was the Creed section, but they were expensive. I smelled some Tom Fords there, but I do have a bunch of samples and stuff, but I can't remember everything that I've smelled. So I have smelled Noir de Noir by Tom Ford. I think I have a sample of it. It's pretty good. I like it. Some fragrances I regret buying and why. Uh, what did I regret buying? Hmm. I don't think it's anything on my shelf here that I regret buying. Maybe this Lacoste. I think I regret buying it because I like blanc or pure white or whatever you want to call it. I like that better. Um, I did a video on disappointing fragrances. Most of that stuff I think I got rid of though already. I know I regret buying from Coors Emerald Oud. It's eau de parfum concentration, and it don't perform like a eau de parfum, and it smells green. It's I don't know. It's just weird to me. I didn't like that. Um, this one I actually didn't buy. Somebody gifted this one to me, but it's English Oak and Hazelnut by Joe Malone. It smells good. It just didn't perform. Um, hmm. I don't really have anything left that I regret buying. To be honest with you, like I said, I pretty much got rid of everything that I didn't care for. Have I tried Ferragamo Urban Field? No, the only ones I have is Signature, Uomo, and Casual Life. That's one I haven't found. Is Urban Field. Armoff Club Dating the Weed for Women is a clone. That's what I heard too. Uh, and I actually have it. Uh, the women's version. Do you regret Dior Cologne? The performance made me. That actually was a gift. A subscriber gifted that to me. To be honest with you, um, I have to spray a hell of a lot of sprays of this just to keep the performance up, and I don't even wear this often. I think I wore it one day last week or the week before, but other than that, if I would have had to buy this on my own and found out what the performance was like, I would have returned it too. Most Joe Malones have crappy performance. Yeah, that's what I heard. Supposedly smells similar to Office by Jeremy. Both smell great and natural, but no performance. Top 5 I can't live without. Well, my number one obviously is gonna be that. Um, Whoa. Number 2. Need something for cold weather. Dior Homme Intense. That's 3. Um, What else do I have here? This is one. And what else? This one. Anything else I can't think of because some of this stuff I haven't worn yet. Like I have a Tiziana Terenzi that I haven't worn yet, Ursa. So until I do some testing on that, I can't put that in there. And I have a few others that I haven't tested out yet. Imperial Matrix, John Lopez, what's good? Best summer scent that cuts through the heat and sun that you can still smell. I have been doing some testing at my day job, trying to see what works in the heat and what doesn't. And So far, everything that I've been wearing have been getting me at least 4, 5, maybe 5.5 hours. So I don't know if y'all would consider that worthy or not, but I haven't worn anything yet that actually has gotten me through a full 8 hour workday. But working in that heat, I be sweating profusely, and fragrances don't tend to last long, especially like freshies or citrusy type fragrances. They don't last. So I can't speak on that right now until I find something that actually works. Honestly, this kind of reminds me of Dior Sauvage a little bit. I don't know if this is supposed to be a clone, but it has that Dior Sauvage type feel to it. But with that one, I got compliments when I wore that. When I wore Sauvage, I didn't get any. So that says a lot to me. Yeah, I have some oils. I just, in the heat, having that oil on me is just, it's not going to work for me. Well, the Imperial bottles El Padrino that I have three. I got them from a place that was in our local mall here. It's shut down a while back, but you can find these online. I don't know what website. I guess you can just Google Imperial or type in Imperial and whatever number. I got number 4, number 1, and number 8. And you should be able to find these for like 45. I paid 65 for this one when I first got it. And I didn't know any better at the time. And then after I bought it, I looked it up online and I saw I could get them for 45. So the next time I went back, I actually got these for a better price. So, but they pretty good though. They do kind of remind me of other fragrances. Like this one kind of gives the vibe of like Dior Homme Intense or something like that. And like I said, this one has like a Sauvage type vibe. But I think it's better than Sauvage if you ask me, because like I said, I wore it one time before, and I got a lot of attention with that one. And then this one is like a citrus type fragrance, but it's a lot smoother than something like L'Homme Ideal Cologne or anything that kind of smells similar to this. Even it kind of reminds me of a more better version of Lacoste White. Is what it kind of reminds me of. It's just a whole hell of a lot smoother smelling. I've heard about them Trump fragrances. One of them I heard smells pretty good. I think it was Success, but I'm not sure. I've heard about them, but I haven't smelled any. The blue is on Amazon. Blue de Chanel Parfum. It's nice and smooth. Don't last long. Artisan Pure versus Lacoste White. Personally speaking, I like Lacoste White better than Artisan Pure. A lot of people swear and they live and die by Artisan Pure. I don't see what the hype is all about. I do own it. I had it once before and I didn't care for it. I sold it. And then I ended up getting another bottle because it was at a decent price, which is this one. It's okay. Performance is not that good on it, but I like Lacoste white better. Amazon has the 40 plus 6 shipping. Yeah, I had that Brooks Brothers. I ain't like it for some reason. I got rid of mine. Empire is the better one. Smells like it toned down by the fireplace. Okay. I might need to look into them. All right, y'all. I'm about to get here. I thank everybody for tuning in. Maybe I'll do another one of these sometime soon. Shout out to all the haters and the trolls in the live session. Without y'all, this would be fun. Gives me something to look forward to the next time. And y'all also can suck my dick. Peace.